Chad was shunting some coaches one day for Megan's Express. He didn't like it at all. And to make matters worse, he had come past the yards. Megan was taking on water when she saw him. "Oh, hello, Chad. Are you having fun shunting my express coaches? You know, it's the perfect time for a small engine." Megan started laughing, but Chad was cross. "There is nothing to joke about it when I have to shunt coaches, Megan. Besides, I only have to do that because you didn't want to get your own coaches. You should have been doing this job instead of me doing it for you." He's right, you know. I've shunted coaches for once that Eric and Johnny has to take for their passenger trains. It's better than it's a lot worse, but at least they got to pull them, and they both know when to fetch their own coaches. Chad was still cross. "Anyhow, enough of your jokes, Megan. I have an important job to do. After this, I'll be glad I'll be doing my usual jobs again." And Chad huffed crossly away. Even Megan kept on laughing. Jackaroo simply rolled his eyes and went back to work. Chad knew that he had to do some shunting for once, but he still didn't like it, and he didn't realize that he let Megan's teasing get the better of him as he carried on to Westwind Station, and he became careless. He bumped the coaches hard, and they round the bend away from the yards. Good. That should teach Megan a thing or two about meaning to fetch trains. I'm sure the coaches will get to the big station before Megan arrives. Unfortunately, however, the coaches didn't make it to Westwind Station. Because Chad had bumped them to row by themselves, they didn't make it around the bend either, and they went right off the track, and they strayed into a field. Nobody noticed until a long time. Meanwhile, Felix the Tractor was plowing his field close to the main line. He soon saw something up at the hillside. "Why, bless me! Are those coaches?" Felix was surprised. He had never seen the coaches coming to the field before. "What are those coaches doing up here? Did somebody bring you here?" "I don't know, driver. I think we found them. Coaches aren't meant to be in the field, and they're supposed to be on the tracks. Do you think we'll do something about it immediately?" "Well, the first thing we need to do is to get them near the tracks." "You're definitely right, driver. So how am I going to do that?" "Well... Oh! I think I got it. I had a coil of rope." "You have?" "Of course." "If you have them, do you think you could use it to tie around the coupling for the coach up front?" "Why, certainly. This is how we pull them. Remember the time that you've helped Mark shunting at the big station?" "Yes, I remember. I'm sure we'll give it a try as soon as you tie the rope to me." Felix was soon coupled. "Oh, wow. Now I can just bring it to the tracks." "Great idea, Felix. Let's see what you can do to try and pull it." Slowly but surely, Felix brought the coaches to the tracks. Soon when they got near, the driver didn't know what to do to bring the coaches back on the rails, but Felix had an idea on what he could do. He climbed onto the tracks, and since he was connected to the coaches followed him. Soon, they began coming on to the track. "Now that's a brilliant choice you made, Felix. You've done a very splendid job indeed." Then Felix's driver went around making sure all the wheels had gone on properly. But then there was another problem. "Hey Felix, do you think what we should do with those coaches? We can't just leave them here on the main line." You're right. I think those coaches are probably going to Westwind Station for Megan's Express. Maybe we can put them there, like once when Megan got stuck in the snow. Smart thinking. Felix began going on down the line. It was much easier for the little tractor to go along the tracks at first. But soon, Felix began to feel tired when traveling on the main line is giving him a rough time. He decided to stop to have a rest. Oh dear, I'm glad that's over with, but I don't know what we're going to do, Felix. You are a tractor, and tractors are not meant to pull the express on the railway main line. Perhaps we should get an engine that could take over for us. Yes, but how? Just then, a familiar whistle could be heard in the distance. Mark was coming along with his freight cars of quarry stones to take to the harbor. He was surprised when he saw Felix and the express coaches stood ahead. Felix, what's going on? Is that Megan's express? Yes, it is, Mark. And Felix explained the situation. And now that it was so long, I can't pull it on my own. I've decided to stop here to take a break. I'm a tractor who isn't meant to run on the main line tracks, and those coaches should be at Westwind Station for Megan to take. Don't worry, Felix. I think I can take them back to Megan. She'll probably be waiting for the express. It's been a while now. Really? Then what about your freight cars? They had to wait until I come back. I've got time to deliver them when I finish bringing the coaches back to the station. Mark was soon coupled up to the coaches, and he chuffed away pulling them. Felix watched the train disappear, and then trundled slowly back to his field. Meanwhile, Chad had arrived back at the yards. He was looking worried after hearing that Megan's coaches had been gone missing. Oh dear, this is all my fault. If I hadn't been bumping the coaches too hard, they never would have rode away from me, and Megan's passengers never would have been late. Just then, he heard a whistle. It was Mark, who came puffing in with Megan's express coaches. Chad puffed over to him. Oh, hello, Mark. I'm so pleased to see the coaches. I've been worried about them. Do you know where they've been gone to after I bumped them? Why, yes, Chad. I found them at the quarry where I was off taking my freight cars. And Mark told Chad about what Felix had done. Oh, wow. I never knew Felix could be that brave to bring the coaches back on track. I'm glad there aren't any passengers on board. Thank you so much for bringing them, Mark. Now I've got to find Felix and tell him as well. And Chad puffed quickly away, while Mark carried on bringing the coaches to the big station where Megan waited there. Chad soon arrived where he found Felix back in his field. Hello, Felix. I've heard about your bravery, and I'm very happy you saved their lives. Thank you so much for bringing the coaches back. You're welcome, Chad. It's what an old tractor like me still can do some things for the railway too. And Chad puffed happily away. Later that day, Felix was having a rest in his shed when Mr. Newton came to see him. I've heard about what happened to the coaches earlier today, Felix, and I'm very proud of you. You did a fantastic job of bringing them back on track, even though you are a tractor. I've spoken to Chad for bumping them too hard, and he had learned not to let Megan's teasings get to him, and to take care of shunting coaches from now on. You have been really useful too. Thank you, sir. I just do what is best for them to be safe. It does means a lot to me. And Felix was indeed a real useful tractor.